Hi, and welcome to the Jenspiration Conversation. My name is Jennifer, and if this is the first time one of my videos has landed in your feed, I very much welcome you to this space. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it more than you know. Returning viewers and subscribers, I also appreciate your time and your reciprocal energy for coming back to sit and hang out and have another Jenspiration conversation. I created this channel to talk all things spiritual, keep them grounded in reality, so it's kind of become street spirituality is what we do and talk about here. Today is Tuesday. I'm filming this on a Tuesday. Absolutely beautiful outside. And last evening, I live near water and I usually walk the dog a couple of times on the beach. And when I'm on the beach, I collect beach glass. It's become one of my favorite things to do. The little neighbor who lives next door, she calls it a granny habit. She's like, "Oh, you collect beach glass? So does my granny." I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you all of this is because today's video is a bit of a metaphor. Beach glass as a metaphor. And I'm calling the video Softer and Stronger. Two things can exist at the same time. And the reason this came to me is yesterday when I returned from my walk, I was putting my beach glass away in, well, I'll show you my jar. I've been in this rental. This is a long-term Airbnb rental. I've been here for 7 months. I moved in the 1st of October. So, late December, January, February here in Atlantic Canada, like everything was frozen. I couldn't collect any beach glass. But over the course of, 7 months, I've been collecting beach glass and I absolutely love it. It's just one of my favorite things to do. And so I took out a few pieces to talk about today. So the Softer and Stronger title for the video came when I was putting this particular piece. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but this is that kind of seafoam green. Like this is seafoam green and this is like green and this is white. You can sort of see the difference. I was just walking back and I was going like this because beach glass is very, very soft, very soft. And I got an intuitive hit that was like, that's your next video. That's what you need to do. So I'm going to talk you through what the metaphor is that came to me last night. So if you want to settle in just for a few minutes and pause me and get a drink. It's late morning here, so I'm still on coffee. So I encourage you to pull up a chair and we're going to have a Jenspiration conversation, shall we? Okay, if you think about yourself as do I have glass here? Well, this is glass. If you think about yourself as a piece of glass or a jar of, like a fully formed jar or glass, and you're walking around the world and something happens to you, an event, a breakup, a job loss, a separation, God forbid you lose your housing, something like that, and it shatters you. It breaks you. That event, usually a tower moment brought on by the universe, and I've done a video on what tower moments are, it shatters you, right? So you break into pieces. That event or whatever has kind of shaken up your world. And when it first happens to us, we can feel like we're in a million pieces. And those pieces are sharp and they're pointy. And if someone tries to get close to you or come into your life when you are still shattered and sharp and pointy, if they touch your edges, they might get cut. So if you think about that in a metaphor sense, that when the glass first shatters, it's still sharp. Is it still strong in its pieces? Yes. I mean, this piece is still, I can't break this piece. It's broken, so it's still strong, but its edges are sharp. So if something or someone tries to come into your life maybe after the shattering took place, they'll get cut. Or you walk around with pointy edges. You might be really defensive. You might be really guarded. You might be really, curt and short with your words and sharp-tongued and miserable because of whatever has transpired that has shattered you and made you turn prickly and sharp. Then, if you think about water is our emotions, right? So think of the zodiac signs. The zodiac signs all have the different elements. Water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, they tend to lean in and go deep with their emotions. So water is emotion. Emotions can soften those sharp edges, just like pieces of beach glass. Like if any of you have ever collected beach glass, you know this feeling that I'm doing right now, how soft this piece of glass is. It, it was in the ocean. It broke away from its original form, and the piece got separated from its original form. And as it was in the ocean and going through tides and being pulled here and there and flowing and waves crashing and crashing and crashing, the water has softened this piece of glass. And the metaphor here is this piece of glass is still really strong. I cannot break this, but it's softer than it was before. These edges, they're not going to cut me because they're soft. So, I mean, look at this one. It's a triangle. That's not sharp. That's soft, right? So this one broke off and had really pointy, sharp edges, but the water has softened this. So if you think about it in terms of you, your emotions can soften you, but they can still keep you strong. It still keeps the essence of you strong, but your emotions can soften your edges. A lot of times people are scared of their emotions. They're terrified to go there. Or, going back to my analogy of that thing that shattered you, a job loss, a separation, a divorce, a housing loss, whatever. A lot of people think that they have to be strong and stoic and, never let them see you sweat and don't cry and don't show any emotions, especially men. You have been conditioned for so long to stay strong, to stay, shit doesn't bother me, nothing bothers me. And over time, you condition yourself to think that emotions equate with weakness, when it's actually the other way around. Emotions can keep you strong. They can keep you at your essence and your core, because I've also done a video on this. Emotions are just energy in motion. Think of the word emotion. Motion. Energy in motion. Emotions just are energy that want to move through and out. That's it. But there are so many people who are terrified of their emotions because they think it'll make them look weak and less strong and less durable. And I'm here to tell you it's completely not true, because all you have to do is look at a piece of beach glass. This is a metaphor for your life. This piece of beach glass has been through it, but the emotions and the softness of water have made this piece softer, but it hasn't affected its strength. I can't break this. It's still, sorry if that was a weird face. It's still, like, this is an amber piece. Like, this had all kinds of rough little edges at one point, not anymore. Like, this is super soft. I don't know why I just did that. Yeah. Last night when I was walking on the beach and I found this one, like, this is such a rare piece to find, is this this sea glass, this actual sea glass color. It just hit me that I used to be that way. I used to be incredibly stoic. I was someone who operated, and I'm a double water sign. I'm a Scorpio sun and I have a Pisces moon. I have a ton of water in my chart. And I'm a fire rising. So I have water and fire that are constantly like intertwining with each other. So I used to suppress that because I thought, emotions were just too vulnerable. I had to be the girl that had her shit together. I had to be the one who always kept a lid on everything. And I needed people to see this perfectly curated life that I had, that I had a great job, but I quietly was dying inside. I hated it. I lived and worked in corporate Canada for 25 years as a corporate recruiter, and my soul was literally dying every day. But I showed up and showed out and like never let them see me sweat. I was miserable with certain relationships in my life, and I was building all of these things around me just to try to keep a lid on it because I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to go to the depths and look at my emotions because I didn't want people to think I was weak. I had to be strong and stoic and confident and intelligent, and I always thought that's what guys wanted. They want this like super empowered boss bitch. Okay, I can still be a boss bitch and have feelings. And that's been a lesson that my spiritual journey has taught me. I can still be strong, but have my emotions soften some of my edges. I don't have to always have my shit together, and neither do you. You don't have to keep a lid on everything all of the time. It's impossible, and it's exhausting, and it takes up a ton of energy to suppress your feelings. You don't have to. You don't. Beach glass is a perfect example of that. It shows what emotions can do over time. They can soften you, but you can still remain a strong, independent person. I'm still a strong, independent person, but I'm also very much in tune with my emotions now. And if there's a day that I am not feeling myself, I used to hide that. I used to mask it and think, I can't show people that I'm not on my game today. I have to be on my game every single day, and that is impossible. I need you to hear me when I say that. It is impossible to do. So now, when I feel an emotion coming on, or sadness, or loneliness, or whatever, I don't try to push that down. I let it surface, and I let it do what it needs to do, and I move it out. Sometimes I journal to get it out. Sometimes I walk around and talk to myself. Sometimes I go for a walk. Sometimes I cry. Whatever it is, laugh, dance, run, yoga, play, whatever it is. I just let the emotion move through me now instead of suppressing it. And I'll tell you something, when you acknowledge it and you let it move through you, you can move on a lot faster. When you suppress it, the emotions are just like begging you to be felt and seen and understood. But if you suppress them, then they just start coming at you from all different directions. They just want to move through you, and they actually are a superpower. Vulnerability is a superpower, and not being scared of your emotions is a superpower, and letting your emotions soften you is a superpower. Okay? So let beach glass be a metaphor for your life. If something has shattered you lately, if something has broken you and you think, how the hell am I going to get through this? Feel it. The only way forward is through. Don't try to dance around your emotions. Don't suppress them. Go through them. Go through them and let them soften you. Let them soften your edges. Let them expose you to vulnerability, because the right people will be there for you. Okay, I used to think that I couldn't because of the circle of people I had around me. I had to be a certain way. They expected me to be a certain way. They never put that on me. I put that on myself. I always thought I had to be the same all the time. In fact, I remember I was throwing a house party, and I had a whole bunch of people there, some people I didn't even know. And one of my acquaintances at the time, she came up to me and she said, you know, you throw the best parties. And I was like, oh, thank you. And she said, no, I'm serious. She said, I always have a really good time here. She's like, you are always happy. You're always, joyful, and you're always expressive. And she's like, do you ever have a bad day? And at the time, I got a pang, and I thought, yeah, I have them all the effing time. But I suppressed it. I went, no. I'm like, no, girl, I'm good. She's like, wow. She's like, I admire the shit out of that. She's like, you know, I'm really struggling with this. And then she proceeded to tell me what she was struggling with. And I sat down with her and we had a drink and we talked it through. And the whole time I'm talking to her, I'm thinking, open up to her. Tell her you're not always on your game either. But I just couldn't. I couldn't, because I didn't want her to see the crack. I didn't want her to see the broken edges. I didn't want her to see it. Now, I will. When opportunity presents itself for me to be a bit more vulnerable with people, I am terrified to do it. But I do it. I'm slowly starting to get there. So if there are days where I am not 100%, I don't fake it anymore. And I don't try to hide it. I did this in romantic relationships too, and I've talked about this in other videos, that I had to be the perfect girlfriend, the perfect partner, the perfect everything. I chased this perfectionism that didn't allow me to show any of my edges. And I understand now it's the reason that all of those relationships didn't work, is because they just saw this perfected image that I was projecting. And I know they were like, no one is that perfect. What is wrong with this girl? Like, I can't be around this much perfectionism. It's just not possible. So going into my next relationship, I know that I'm going to still be strong, but I'm not afraid to show my softened edges through that emotion, through those emotions that I've dealt with, through the things that I've been through. Or when I get into a relationship, the first time or the first day I wake up and I'm not myself, my instinct is going to be to fake it, but I want to get close to that man. And I know that closeness comes through vulnerability, and closeness comes from softened edges. And so the very first time that I express that to him will be empowering. It'll be terrifying, but it'll be empowering. So I want that for you too. That is the video today. I want you to be like beach glass. Be like this giant. Look at all this glass. I hope that's not too loud. Look at all of this glass. Look at it. It's all soft. Every single piece in here, large, small. Oh, here's a sweet piece. Look at this piece. Look at this piece. It's kind of a pink color. This was pink, and I think this was a vase because you can see the design on it. So this piece broke away from its original form, but she's as soft as can be. She still has her design. She still has her flair. She still is who she is, but the ocean and her emotions have softened her. I love that piece. Yeah, you can see it's a little bit pink. That would have been a beautiful vase. Anyway, I digress. That is the video today, everyone. I hope this finds you open to letting your emotions flow through you, letting your emotions soften you, but still remaining strong. Men especially. If you're a guy watching this, please, 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 please know that the right women in your life, the right divine feminine females, will see your vulnerability and your emotions as an absolute superpower. We know you are not machines. We know you feel stuff. We know it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel those things. It's okay to laugh and run and play and be silly and goofy and all of those things. It's okay. You're just softening. That's it. You're softening, but you're not losing your strength, and you won't lose your masculinity at the same time. Whoever taught you that, I know it's easy for me to say, and it's a hard lesson to unlearn, but softening won't make you any less masculine. In fact, it makes you lean into more of your divine masculinity. The beautiful balance of feminine and masculine energy, of soft and strong, is epically sexy. Okay? Just saying. So if you feel like commenting below and sharing your story, I'm creating a collective here who are really supportive of one another. If you want to talk to us about, how you feel like you're a piece of each glass right now, and, maybe this side is softened and this side isn't, and you're just working on this side. And if you are going through something right now, I want to send you all kinds of healing energy, and I want to send you loving energy and the ability to just sit in it. Whatever it is, sit in it. It's okay. The only way forward is through. Don't suppress it. Sit in it. If you need to cry and eat ice cream and watch really bad TV, go for it. If you need to sleep, go for it. If you need to yell and punch a pillow, go for it. But I want to send you a lot of healing energy so that your emotions can soften you, but they will never take away your strength. Okay? So thank you, my friends, for sitting with me and having a Jenspiration conversation. I appreciate your beautiful reciprocity and your time and energy. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.